Hello, Internet. If you're seeing this, you're probably pretty confused. This is a brand new channel. I've never really done this before. Let me start off by saying I'm not who you think I am. I am someone you probably know if you are somewhere familiar with YouTube space. Um, and I don't usually make these kind of videos, but this circumstance has gotten me concerned. You see, as a YouTuber, you get offered a lot of different kind of sponsorship deals and things of that nature. It's kind of really something that we've all got to do at some point to just to pay the bills. And I'm usually pretty open to sponsors. You know, I used to try to see what the product is that they're giving and what they're selling out here. But this sponsor, I guess, reached out to me. Didn't even reach out to me via email. Just sent me this box on my porch, right? And this is what this was. As you can see, there's like a little card in there that says "Scan Me." And that's the logo. humAIn is the name of the company, as you can see there. And it picnic monitoring patch. Yeah, forget my dog's there in the background. As you can see right there on the end, I don't know if you can focus in on it, but it says for research purposes only, right? Single use. Um, yeah, So I was a little bit freaked out by this. I mean, I don't like putting anything on my body, especially if it's subject to further testing at the moment, right? So I wanted to look up what it is. I found a website on here which took me to this site. Their website here. This is a humane, the bright bridge between every technology and the people that it touches. Looks pretty sweet, pretty nice, right? They got the nice B-roll stock footage rolling through there, right? Looks pretty official. Nearly 6 years at the frontier of human technology research, right? All this stuff looks pretty official. If it touches a human life, we've invested in it. Neural interface integration, long-term behavioral and cognitive response studies in the next generation of brain-computer interface systems. Huh, right? Candidates undergo supervised multi-session protocols across 12 to 24-week trials. AI systems behavior research study how adaptive AI systems affect human decision making, emotional responsiveness, and self perception over time. Our methodology is the industry standard. You guys starting to see the problems that I'm having here with this, right? Augmented and extended reality examine the long-term effects of sustained XR system use on spatial cognition, social behavior, and identity formation across age groups. Um, okay. So they're studying the metaverse, they're plugging AIs into our fucking brain, and they're trying to figure out how they can better the AI system so that they can, expand their reach of sucking the water out of our reservoirs and expand it into our fucking minds. Autonomous systems interface how humans adapt to behavioral trust models when interacting with autonomous vehicles, robotic systems, and AI-driven things. Like this company seems to be behind like the worst things going on with the world today, almost cartoonishly so. What are candidates' experience when humans select me? I honestly thought it was too good to be true. A chance to test technology on the biggest companies in the world, even they haven't even been released yet. But then when I went through those sessions, but then I went through the sessions and realized this is real, and I was chosen for it. I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but that just screams cult like behavior, right? What the fuck is that shit? I don't know, man. 57 years of measurable outcomes. How have they been working on AI for 57 years? Like, none of this stuff is adding up. Next generation connectivity. humAIn is contributing industry partner in a next generation wireless infrastructure with a focus on a biometric aware signaling population scale. I swear to God, this just sounds like ChatGPT told it to write sci-fi jargon and throw it on here, right? There's a part of it that starts to really, like, for those whose work continues without them. The advancement of cognitive sciences of humAIn honors researchers and clinicians whose lives were cut short while pursuing the knowledge that benefits us all. Their findings remain inactive. Okay, see, this is where it also started to freak me out because I don't know if you guys have been hearing about it, but there's been a lot of NASA researchers as of late that have been dying under pretty strange circumstances, especially when they're like, by the way, there are people that seem to be after me, and if it seems like someone says that I'm going to go crazy and kill myself, I'm not crazy, and I don't want to kill myself. And then all of a sudden, they go crazy and they kill themselves. So I think that they're trying to kind of play off of this stuff. So I don't know. I started looking into this. I was like, this is definitely not the company I want to associate with. But honestly, the stuff that I was seeing here was like cartoonishly uh weird, right? Like this just didn't seem like just like, some fucked up shit that Palantir would pull off. It seems like almost like a parody of the stuff that it pulled off. And as I started seeing like more people get those boxes, I started to see that more, right? Here's one of these boxes that they sent to another influencer who's a lot bigger than me.
I don't know. Did you order this?
No. humAIn. You and we begin. I have no idea what this is. This is a face mask?
See, she wasn't afraid. She just went for it right off the bat.
It says apply patch, sync your phone? I literally have no clue. Are you sure this is...
Nope.
What does it do?
Ooh, let's try scanning my... Oh,
It worked?
it actually worked. Wait, whoa. What the frick? Is not affiliated, endorsed, or any who... It says not associated with Mr. Beast?
Are we gonna get rich?
Probably gonna have to like research about this humane company or whatever it is.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Can we go eat?
Let's go.
We're gonna go eat, okay? Bye.
Bye.
Get
Get
it,
it,
yo. No.
Okay, they seem not to be as bothered by it, but they weren't the only ones either. There was this other person from Facebook here.
Mention on.
Okay, Tara. Now, before we activate this, can you say something for us?
Oh, I guess you didn't get the thing.
Anything, it really doesn't matter.
I got reached out to by some
Oh, no, she
group,
did.
corporate, I don't know what the fuck they are. They said they were, I'm dead ass. They said they want to do research on me. I have to do it for the lore. They would not tell me specifically what the research entails. They also would not tell me like who referred me or, whatever. In the event that this isn't some fucking scam, in the event that this is actually some kind of like research thing, I'm just gonna fuck with them. I'm gonna fuck with them. Why? Y'all said to take this Bruce bit as far as humanly possible. I've already accidentally started a cult. I think this is the next logical step. I'm out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. I'm actually shocked. This is like a real actual building. I wonder why my life is so fucking the way it is, and then I'm like always doing this fuck ass shit. 69 for things I have to do.
So she goes into the facility.
So I saw this when I came home. I really, really had to pee. This was...
There it is.
There's Jackie. I don't leave the door open like that. Like I said, I really had to pee. I don't know what that sticky shit is. So... Okay. I'm a little... Hi, Jackie. I didn't give them my real address. So...
Okay.
And it's not online. And I know that...
That could be it. Right? That could be it.
I wanted to see if somebody was going to send me a cease and desist if they could even find my real address. So he like scoured the internet. Could not find my address anywhere, my current address. We're in too deep now, so we are going... I'm going to open it. Dear Tara, you've been identified as a candidate for the humAIn Integration Research Program. Duh. Your behavioral profile meets our selection criteria. Your integration window is not open.
She got a
Please
fancy
interact
note and
with
everything.
materials. Looks like there was like a sticker on this at some point, but
She didn't even get the sticker. They cheaped out on her for the sticker.
off. Cute, I guess. Okay. Okay. That card. Anytime I put my phone near the card, it does something weird. So obviously I can't show you what it's doing on my phone. Don't judge my fucking laptop, okay? I know it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Ignore it.
Oh, girl, god damn.
Okay. To get really meta, but I don't have enough room on my iCloud to actually send the video I just took to my phone. So I'm just gonna play it on my.
Well, that was a bit of a waste of time, but you're starting to see like they're sending these black boxes out to creators and I guess trying to collect information from them. I mean, it seems like a cheap way to just like get a bunch of data from their phone. And I think that that's exactly what they're doing, right? Because everything about this company just seemed too stereotypically weird, right? Like, this feels like a Black Mirror episode, like we're on the fucking X-Files or some shit. And so I started looking into like the ARG communities, and turns out, yeah, humAIn is definitely 100% an ARG. I can't believe it took me this long to fucking realize that. But where did my cursor go? I can't see him. Cut this out, editor. Don't cut this out. Cut this part out completely. Where the fuck is my? There it is. Okay. So, where was I? So, when we look in the ARG community, sure enough, about the humAIn Inc. ARG, right? Okay, so first off, I found like the Discord community that is just like, oh, wait, no, don't do that. Editor, show this part. All right, so that's what took me to Reddit, which took me to the Discord community, right? Where I already found that there's people already going through, they're like decoding this. There's all kinds of stuff. If you're into those ARG kind of stuff, I mean, I guess this is something to look at. But I would at least, I mean, if you're into ARGs and stuff like that, this could be one to look at. But I would hold on until the end of the video and before kind of like jumping into it. Oh, well, okay. Okay, so let's go through actually. Let's start that from the top, editor, when you're going through here. Okay, so that took me to Reddit. And so when I started looking through the Reddit ARG sites, I found there was already a dedicated community to kind of dissecting through this ARG, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, that kind of answers my question. But like, why the creepy box, right? Is it all just a part of the lore, right? And that's when I got a call from them. Evidently, they were upset that I hadn't opened their package. I wish I'd had the thing on recording, but it was honestly a very creepy experience. And it started to make me think that this is more than just an ARG. And I had my suspicions confirmed the further I started digging into Reddit and exploring humAIn's YouTube page. We can clearly see that, right? They've got this kind of just goes through it here.
I told you that every major technology you've ever used was tested on a human being first by a company.
And like the ARG community has already found that there's like a ton of like little Easter eggs, and it's basically like a little ad for them to like kind of explain who they are and stuff like that. And the ARG community has already been finding like Easter eggs and stuff in this already, so it's clear that this is what it is. But I did stumble across this post too. This can be a little long, so bear with me, mods. I apologize if this isn't directly following the stated thing. I slightly think humAIn Inc. is a data collecting company underneath an ARG. I'm not saying you shouldn't engage in this project if you find it interesting, do whatever you like. However, I've seen a few people talking about this, some even mentioning a Discord server for it without even putting up this massive glaring red flag. So they visited the white, and they visited the website, which is where they found the privacy policy among other fictitious documents. And I say fictitious blatantly because they themselves admit that it's fake. It's not. It's not just right there. They want you to know they really are. They really are actually behind this campaign, and that what they're actually collecting. If you click on their privacy policy at the bottom of their site, gives you this disclaimer here. This on its face is not a big deal. As you can see, it's sort of, you can tell it's some sort of fictional looking page if you don't look at ounce of legwork. But if you look up humAIn Inc. To verify this supposed history, you'll find nothing save for those training videos or whatever on YouTube. I keep reading. Okay, so what does this mean? When you visit the site or candidate intake form, a hidden piece of a tracking code called the Audio Go conversation pixel instantly fires. The Audio Go is a network owned by the tech company AdWiz that serves ads on its podcast and streaming radio. The Pixel's job is to basically grab your IP devices, device type, browser info, and invisible mobile or device identifiers. Basically, I mean, obviously this is a really, really long post, so I want to synopsize a little bit of it. But basically, it looks like this is an ARG disguised as or a data collection site disguised as an ARG, but I think it goes something deeper. You see, the more I've looked into it, I looked at the studio itself that's involved with this, New Power Studios. And New Power Studios has been involved with a collection of different anthology series in their past. And a lot of them have been more horror focused and, kind of like Black Mirror esque. So it seems to me that clearly this is some kind of shadow project to launch some kind of Black Mirror anthology series for content creators. And, that on its surface sounds pretty cool. At first I was like, dang, I should have probably like looked into this a little bit more, right? Like that sounds like something that could be interesting, sounds like something that could definitely be something that really speaks to what's going on in the world today. And if that is what it is, then great. We have all the reason to be excited about it, right? We could celebrate it, but to me, the concerns go a lot deeper than just data collection. You see, New Power Studios is a lot of nefarious connections, especially with companies that are known to have their hands in some uh, you see, New Power Studios is connected to some pretty shady companies, including Palantir, BlackRock, and Pfizer. I don't know why all of these studios are connected to this same studio here, but we also know from recent releases of the Epstein files that companies like that companies that do these kind of nefarious things like to have Hollywood in their back pocket to kind of muddy the waters on their kind of behaviors, excuse what they do, hide the truth of what's really happening in the world around us. And I think that unfortunately that's exactly what New Power Studios is. This seems to be a studio that runs on this, and the humAIn project in and of itself seem to be something that my major concern is that New Power Studios and the humAIn project in general seem like another big budget propaganda in order to kind of normalize the behaviors that these massive companies that have been wreaking havoc on the country are doing right now actively today. And the reason I'm coming to you off of this channel, on this channel here, is because I wanted to speak to you about it bluntly. I wanted to speak to you about it honestly. I didn't want to speak to you about it as a creator that was involved in the project. I wanted to speak to you about it as someone who's concerned to see this happening and to see this rising all around us. And hopefully to offer a solution. But it might not be the one you think. You see, like most people, you would think, all right, let's just avoid this, right? Let's get out of its way. Let's not do anything with it. Cut off your data. Use incognito windows. Do whatever you need to do. But that actually won't change anything at all. You see, companies like this aren't going to be deterred by the fact that you're not engaged. They'll just try to find other ways to engage. We need to be engaged with them directly. I think in this circumstance, the best thing we can do is actually become a part of their base. You see, they're clearly trying to gear up towards some kind of launch for this show. And when they do, they're going to turn to their subscriber base to and when they do, it's very and it's very clear that they have a data-driven mindset when it comes to how they're analyzing the show. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting it on YouTube in the first place. So what I'm suggesting is that we alter their data. We shift their subscriber count in order to reshape this propaganda tool into something better, something that it needs to be. So what I'm suggesting that we do is actually subscribe to the channel, and particularly, and which could be particularly useful come June 7th. You see, the channel is clearly planning some kind of launch around then, and this seems to be like a very important time for whatever this thing is that's coming. And if we're there and together, we can all influence the direction that it goes. I'm saying this, and I'm coming to you with this as a fellow concerned citizen. I don't think that Palantir should be able to have this kind of propaganda out here infecting our minds and convincing the public that they're socially acceptable because of their connections with large creators. And I don't think ignoring it is going to fix the problem either. What we need to be doing is manipulating their data just like they've manipulated ours. So, if you're with me, comrades, join me. Let's change the direction of this and make it. Let's change the direction of this and take this weapon away from these corporate elite and bring it back to the people.